Hey, good morning, everybody. It is a nice and chilly Saturday here in New Jersey. We definitely needed that after this intense heat wave that we were having all last week. Man, it was bad. It was pretty bad. I felt like I was visiting my family's, I guess, motherland, you want to call it, North India, where it gets hot like this in the summertime. So, funny enough, today's discussion is going to focus on that as well a little bit, and we'll kind of dive right into it. The one big beautiful bill, or as some would call it, the one big beautiful disaster. It's a complicated bill going through the Senate. Um, there's a lot of back and forth happening. We're trying to get this thing passed, trying to add more provisions, more changes to it to get it passed, what have you. It's a again, it's very controversial of a bill as well. It's huge, right? So as somebody had mentioned this morning on the news, that it's almost like they were hoping that folks would just kind of bypass a lot of it because of how egregiously written it is or what have you. So yeah, I kind of want to just kind of go over some summaries regarding the bill so that people understand a little bit on a higher level what's going on, and then maybe we'll make more videos because again, there's summarizations of it, but it's still so big. Um, and I used the help of AI to kind of decipher this bill because I couldn't get through it, man. So I had to make sure that my prompts were proper because it's big. So let's see. Let's get into it. The first topic is about SNAP benefits, which a lot of folks know about this one, right? They're starting to. This bill would add work requirements to SNAP. So if you want to get SNAP benefits, you might have to have, I think what it was, at least. I thought I read 80 hours a month of work minimum, but there's going to be work involved. You might have to do some sort of labor to get SNAP benefits, and then they want to add more eligibility documentation to SNAP as well. So you're gonna have to, if you want to apply for this benefit, you're gonna have to probably submit more documentation, right? This one's kind of crazy, limiting the waiver authority of states during economic hardship. So we hit another recession, something crazy happens. States can't just straight up, uh, you know, I guess add more funding into SNAP or give it to more folks who are being affected by this economic hardship. So that's crazy, man. It's you know, when you hit a recession or stagflationary depression, whatever you want to call it, something worse than a recession, we hope that we have these safety nets in place, but these safety nets being taken away at a time like this when we're going towards a recession is mind-boggling to me. It's leading us down a path where it's, again, neo-feudalism, as I said right before in one of my older videos, neo-feudalism. And on top of that, we'll still give money to these big corporations and stuff and bailouts, our tax money, the ones we pay. So, kind of crazy. Armed services, expanding the border, funding of the border. So, border protection, border services, they're looking to expand that. There's no news there. That's Trump's one of his like big things, right? So he's trying to do that. Title III, the Education Workforce Committee, eliminate, merge federal student loan forgiveness programs. Politics is weird, man. They were talking about trying to eliminate federal student loans for years. This is one of the things that Biden was running on, and he wasn't able to accomplish it at all. And Trump, I'll give him that. At least we know where he stands with the Democrats when it comes to this. The Democrats, it's all this is to get in, and then it's like, all up in smokes. It never happens. It's prolonged, what have you. So I'm talking about like moderate Democrats that have run the government. Right? I feel like folks like Bernie Sanders, maybe mayors like Mamdani, hopefully future mayors like Mamdani in New York City could probably get it done. But yeah, caps federal loan limits for graduates' parents, so caps how much they can take out, and it encourages private sector apprentices and funding for skills first education. Okay, I can kind of back this a little bit, right? Sure, like if private sector can do more paid internships, apprenticeship programs, I guess if you look at it from a blue collar perspective, and then if they fund skills based first, then yeah, we're on track to kind of hopefully get more up our skills, right? As a society, which we've had to rely on H-1B, and I mean now with AI, but we've had to rely on H-1B students, H-1B workers, sorry, and outsourcing because our skills are not in the U.S. They're out of the country, right? We're trying to supplement that skill set that we're lacking with workers from out of the country. Next title, the Committee on Energy and Commerce. This one goes back to what I said from the beginning of the video, right? Just I want to say this: expect New Jersey and this tri-state area and all these different regions to just get hotter and hotter. So if you think that was bad this week, just wait the next couple of decades. Skin cancer galore. That's a bad joke. So the title for Committee on Energy and Commerce wants to repeal or restrict Inflation Reduction Act provisions related to clean energy credits and climate initiatives. You know, they introduced all these initiatives for us to get the electric vehicle initiative, right? The electric vehicle credits, tax credits, switching from like your furnace unit, AC unit, switching to something that's energy saving, going geothermal. We had all these credits in place, and they're trying to pull that back. So that's number one. Climate initiatives as well. They want to open more federal land and water for oil, gas, and coal leasing. And shout out to him again, Large Man Abroad, to come up with a video about this as well, and I want to touch on that a little bit. This is literally giving private companies the opportunity to buy our lands, our so many acres of private land, natural land that's there to admire, to be a part of nature, right? As a veteran, I mean, one of the benefits that we've gotten recently is that federal pass, right? Free pass for veterans to visit national parks, federal national parks, state parks. Where are we going to visit if private companies are taking all that over? Where are people going to go hunting? Where are people going to go fishing? When our natural beauty in the United States, our natural land is going to be taken over by private companies. That's a hard pass on that. I will be protesting the hell out of that if this goes through, and I'm sure a lot of folks would be joining me with that. And then they want to slash EPA regulatory authority, carbon emissions, vehicle efficiency, maybe those inspections that you get done, which can be kind of annoying, not gonna lie, but want to slash those. They're annoying, but they're important, right? So expect more fumes in the air, I guess, with that. And then just lastly, I know this is a very short summary of this bill. Again, this is not even I don't know, getting close to discussing the huge bill, right? Just low level points, I guess, but they're big impact points. So tax. It extends Trump's tax cuts for the corporations and high income individuals. No surprise, there's one of the reasons that folks are starting to protest even a little bit more. Huge wealth transfer there. Cutting the IRS budget. So I read up about this one, and this one is going to definitely affect lower income people over the wealthy. Not only does he want to give them more tax incentives, more tax credits, and ways to make more money, he wants to make it hard for the IRS to go after them, to audit them, right? And yeah, if you cut the IRS out, there'll be less audits in general. So we can say that regular people will be audited less as well, so they can get away with more tax fraud and all that stuff, which is, nobody should be doing that, right? I'm not advocating for that at all. What I'm saying is that the IRS, if the budget is cut and the IRS workforce is slowed down or cut down, they will go after the easier audits first, and the easier audits are like the earned income tax credit based audits and W-2 worker audits, taxes. So those audits are easier for them to go to, right? Easier for them to audit. So they're gonna go the easier route. It's just human nature to go the easier route. So that's where I mean that middle to lower income workers are gonna be affected more. And I mean by that I mean anybody over that makes under 100,000 a year. Medicaid and TANF work requirements, heavily discussed as well. A lot of folks who aren't able to really even work could lose Medicaid based on this. So there has to be some sort of provision there for people who are like heavily disabled, can't work, do anything, right? They're bedridden. What about them? And then long-term changes to earned income tax credit. I'm gonna have to kind of look into the details of this. And then privatization of Medicare services, another one that was discussed. So yeah, that's a summary, man. It's there are some things in this bill for regular people. Small things like he's trying to like make sure that what do you call it? That overtime and tips aren't taxed, and child credits. He wants to continue extending those and stuff like that. There's some small little like here you go little crumbs for the regular people, but like giant like masses of, I don't know, I'm thinking of like a wheel of cheese for given to the wealthy in regards to this bill. So that's what the problem that people have with this bill, right? This is the problem. And if you decipher it, I challenge, I don't want to say challenge you guys, but like I want you guys to go and kind of dissect this bill and review it and review how use AI. I just used ChatGPT to get this information, and even ChatGPT was like, hey, I can decipher this even more. I know that I'm talking smack about AI a lot here too, but at the end of the day, there are good things it could be used for, and this is one of them. So use AI, decipher, download the bill, put it into ChatGPT as a file, and ask whatever you want. Prompts are important. Prompt exactly what you want to know. For example, I want to know how it affects veterans. There's nothing in this bill for veterans, but there could be a negative effects because some veterans might be using SNAP benefits and whatnot. So those veterans might still be affected, right? So I just had to look into that and then really decipher how Trump's tax cuts are being benefiting the rich. So like really get into the details and stuff, and it gives you all that. So yeah, man. Ignorance is bliss too, but ignorance is in this day and age, it's unacceptable. It's an excuse. So look into this bill, make the determination if this bill actually helps you or not. Put all your politics and personal beliefs aside. Put the whole, oh damn dude, I don't care if it really screws me over, as long as it's also screwing over them liberals. Or on the other side, it's like, there's hypocrisies as well, like, whatever if it makes a conservative man cry, shed tears. What the hell, Come on. So look into this, see how it affects you, and if it affects you negatively, then this bill's not for you. Bye, guys. Bye.